Hello everybody, my name is Nick and this is Load TV. As always, if this is your first time joining us, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel as well as check out Load.one to learn more about how Load is putting idle silver to work. And if you're already a member, welcome back. For today's episode, I have Joel Comm, host of the Bad Crypto podcast. So without further ado, let's dive in. Joel, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. So Joel, do you believe that the United States is heading towards a recession? And if so, what does this mean for the crypto market?
Well, the answer is yes. The question is when, right? Everything goes in cycles. So eventually we have to hit a recession, right? It just always cycles. I don't think it's happening nearly as fast as some of the naysayers and doomsayers out there do. I think there are some out there who want the economy to suffer. In fact, Bill Maher has actually said on his show that he wants a recession so it hurts the president, which is just among the craziest things that I've, ever heard anybody say. The economy seems pretty strong right now. We are seeing some quantitative easing happening, by the Fed infusing billions of dollars into the economy. But ultimately, I think when the economy does go south, whether it's this year, next year, or the year after that, whenever, it's going to be good for crypto. I think, the collapse of the dollar just demonstrates how weak the dollar and fiat currency actually are. And it will just, again, demonstrate how powerful crypto can be.
Right. And to build on this notion of an incoming recession, traditionally, when we enter into a recession, people tend to put their money into safe haven assets like gold and silver. Historically, cryptocurrencies haven't been an option, but now that they are, do you believe that people will treat Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in the same manner as gold and silver?
Yeah, I do, especially with futures now becoming a thing, right? Because so much more gold and silver is traded on paper than is actual the physical supply. And now that we've got, ETFs happening and all, I think that we're going to see more Bitcoin traded on paper as well. It's been said many times that Bitcoin is digital gold. So yeah, I think that it doesn't mean that people aren't going to invest in precious metals still. I think they're just going to have more choices for a safe haven.
So now that we've broached the subject of both precious metals and cryptocurrencies, what are your thoughts on asset-backed stablecoins? What role does this asset class play in the world of finance?
Yeah, I'm a fan. I think anytime we can have any cryptos that are backed by real world assets, it's going to breed confidence in people who are using those currencies.
Backtracking just a little bit here, previously you had mentioned the collapse of the US dollar. And recently, over the summer, we saw Libra attempt to take center stage, only to be met with considerable backlash from many parties. Do you believe that governments are willing and open to the idea of the global reserve currency being a cryptocurrency?
Aren't, Nick. I think that they're scared of it, right? Because there is a new world coming. There's no question about it. There's no stopping the blockchain train. And we know that because governments are trying to figure out how do we use this, within our own borders. And Fortune 500 companies and beyond are trying to figure out how do we use blockchain in our business. We've just got more sophisticated tools now, and government always lags behind. So out of fear and lack of knowledge, they either make bad regulation or they don't know how to regulate it at all. Government just tends to screw everything up. I say let gut government out of the way and let people manage their resources.
Couldn't agree with you more, Joel, on that last sentiment. But to your point, do you believe that perhaps the crypto community is too focused on what might become the holy grail of crypto rather than the underlying benefits of blockchain technology?
Some do, some don't. I don't generalizing like that. I don't know that that's accurate. I think that from those that we've met and interviewed on our show in the blockchain world, people are super excited about the technology. And yeah, you're going to find some zealots for this coin or that coin. But for the most part, I think reasonable people are aware that we don't know who's going to come out on top. We don't know if there's going to be just a handful of cryptos or if there's, going to be a million different altcoins. We just want to see the technology implemented and we want to see mass adoption.
And on that note, what do you feel are some of the more exciting opportunities and use cases coming up for blockchain?
Well, I think it's going to be the transparent use of it, right? When we can open up our wallet and transact in Bitcoin or whatever currency we're using as easily as we do with a Visa or a MasterCard. right? That's what excites me, is that it just becomes commonplace. I'm excited by the peer-to-peer nature of cryptocurrency, and people, I'm interested in the utility coins, even though a lot of them came before their time, and because of the crash in the market their value dropped and many of them have gone out of business. I think that there's going to be a resurgence in the same way that early on the first dot-com boom, there was a lot of businesses that had poor business models. They raised money, they burned through it, the market crashed, but then in the early 2000s real businesses with real models resurfaced, and now the web is the place to be. And I think we're going to see the same thing with crypto. Some of the survivors are going to be the huge players of tomorrow, and there's going to be new names on the scene that are going to be making a global impact.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Joel. That's all we have for today's interview with Joel Comm, host of the Bad Crypto podcast. So glad that you guys could join us. And as always, if this is your first time, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, as well as check out Lode.one to learn more about how Lode is putting idle silver to work. That's all for today, guys, and take care.